MoodyBear is a brand of apparel made for the gay bear community by its namesake, MoodyBear, who happens to be a lovely human and a friend of the MacPack. Parker was one of MoodyBear's first U.S. customers, and now that the brand is growing, we thought it would be fun to do an interview. Join us in a conversation about community, karaoke, mental health, and giving back. We met up with MoodyBear in our hotel room during Mid-Atlantic Leather Weekend in 2020, before the world was rocked by COVID-19. MoodyBear attended as a vendor coming out of Manchester to sell his own brand of bear-themed t-shirts and apparel. Parker starts by asking him about gay life in Manchester.
Well, let's start with that one then. What is the gay scene like in... Are we recording?
We're recording.
Right. Oh. The gay scene in Manchester, it's very varied, very diverse. I'd say it's very unique as well, because it's literally anything and everything goes. From drag, kink, rubber, twinks, twonks, hunks, bears, cubs, everything. You name it, if there's a label, there's a scene for it in Manchester. We have an entire street dedicated to a gay village, so we're very lucky in that respect, an entire quarter-mile street. And it's expanded out over the entire years. So, there you go.
Is it one of the more gay scenes in the UK, or
yeah.
It seems like it is?
It's a very focused gay scene, whereas majority of the cities in the UK have them all dispersed out. And Birmingham has a gay village, but the venues are more spread out, whereas Manchester has this very localised gay street, and the Canal Street, and everything spans from that. And we actually have the heritage now of actually saying you are now entering Manchester's gay village. So we're a heritage site in Manchester.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest prides in the UK as well. So it now it's turned into a festival, and they've moved venues and everything else. So it's all completely changing. The scene is changing constantly. In the 14 years I've been working on the scene. 14! Oh my God!
Would you say it's the UK equivalent to San Francisco?
Close enough. Close enough. Not with the pricing.
Well, no. Although you're getting there with the pricing.
Well, we're not quite. I still think we're livable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can survive. Yeah, we don't have to kind of sell a kidney to live in Manchester yet.
Wait a minute. Are you taking my kidney?
Yes.
Next, we wanted to learn more about how MoodyBear the human started MoodyBear the brand.
Basically, I was signed off work. I was made sick, so I had a friend at the time who I was kind of semi-dating, semi-seeing, and he ran a company, shirt company called Bay University that had been running for a couple of years. He wanted to reinvent and redo stuff. Half my degree was in IT, so I said, well, redo your website. And he gave me that as a kind of an outlet of saying, it's not work, it's something for you to focus on.
Right.
And so it's like to help me get back in my mental health and try and kind of have some sort of positivity thing to an outlet. So I pushed into that, helped Dave grow that business. It kind of had a massive influence on his takings and everything else, so that then built up that business. It then allowed me to go on trips to other venues and other places, and that led to meeting Glenn.
Oh, cool.
So it was good fun.
Did you travel around with him?
No, we did a few events because we were like, he normally just did London or he did Manchester. He did Manchester Bear Bash. And then the first year I did it with him, we expanded and did a huge amount. And then we planned on just taking it and said, well, I'm free, I'm not working, I'm off work at the minute. I might as well go around to these events and see what it's like and see if we can actually increase the revenue, increase the kind of take and get the name out there. And I think that kind of got my face out there as well and got my name out there, which kind of helped. But it was a long haul to get there. But meeting Glenn just completely revolutionised what I did. Because I started doing it as a hobby and making the shirts as a hobby because we were outsourcing at the time when I met Dave. And we found that it was cheaper and better. And because of the amount of misprints, the amount of problems we had with quality coming back, and I was like, this way I can make sure it's good quality before I go out. And we just did it that way. And I think because people realised someone was actually making it part of the community, it then support part of the community. And it backed that and pushed it.
So you got a lot of buy-in
Yeah.
from the community.
Oh yeah, a lot of buy-in from the community. So I always say the community saved my life, and I completely live by that. I wouldn't be here if the community hadn't stepped in for me when they did. So it really, really has. Between that and karaoke, it's like my life is there.
Yeah.
Karaoke is the weekly karaoke event hosted by MoodyBear at the Rim Gay Bar in Manchester. The MacPack had the pleasure of attending karaoke when we were visiting our friends in Manchester in 2018.
Yeah. So did karaoke come first, or?
Karaoke came around the same time. I started karaoke in 2009. I was doing it part-time with another guy monthly. And then when I was signed off, the guy that ran the bar was like, well, you need an income, and we want to help you, and you've got this, people know you, people that like you, do it once a week for us on a Sunday night, give us something for Sunday. No one comes in on Sunday. Says, if you increase our takings, we'll pay you. And it worked. And then 12 years later, I'm still here. Longest running bear night.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the longest running Manchester bear night. It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work at times, because you're like kind of, oh my god, I've got to sing this song, I've got no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, it's interesting. The challenge came about when we moved to the REM, because we moved to the REM in 2012, because the outpost went and got knocked down and everything else where it started. And we moved to the REM in 2012, the 10th birthday was there and everything else, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And then the challenge came around because I wanted to increase my song repertoire. I was like, I ain't got a clue what to sing, I'm just going to ask people what to sing. And it just snowballed out of that. First of all, it was on my Facebook wall. I said, give me a song to sing, tell me what I want to do. And then people would say, oh, you should do genres. Let's try a genre, tell me. And then it just turned into a vote. Now it's like 250 people vote every week. Do I sing?
That's cool. That is cool.
I'm like, yay, you like to watch me make a fool of myself. Wonderful. I think Sweet Transvestite was the worst.
Oh, wow. Have you done it twice, or did you just do it the one time?
I did it the one, it was done twice. It was done once in full costume. And wearing heels is no mean feat. Really isn't. The fact that I fell twice in heels and still carried on performing while I was singing. It was literally one of those moments where the heel goes up by and I grab the palm. I'm like, yeah, I'm still singing, yes!
Probably to cheers of the whole
Yeah, there was. I got like, whoa! But yeah, that was an interesting one. That was okay, if I'm going to do it, let's do it properly. But there is a lot of that. If there's a song that I think, okay, that's not going to have much fun to it, I'll make sure that I'm dressed in something geary-wise or something to kind of make it a bit more appealing to the viewer. But I'm very lucky I get to wear gear every week doing that.
So you and Glenn met in Belfast. Was it during one of the events that you met? Or?
Yeah, I met during the Belfast Bear Weekend in 2010. It was an off chance of a case of I do designs, and I'll have a go at printing them. And let's see what happens. So yeah, I've got this is one of them. This is Bat Bear and his Super Bear, and that's where it started. And this is the MoodyBear logo, the original MoodyBear logo. Was one of them as well. It's like we started with 4 shirts. Bat Bear, Super Bear, the original MoodyBear, and the Rhinestone Bear. They were the first 4 shirts we worked live with.
So you're still doing everything by hand, right?
Mm-hmm. I am. I'm still making everything by hand, and I still love doing it. I still love making stuff, especially when kind of new big designs come out or new jigsaw designs. Because these bits go there and that bits. Woo! I always said I could never do more than 2 or 3 colours. It would just take too much time. And then it was like the original Avengers Bears group one he did came. And it was 12 colours, and I was like, oh, sod it, I've got a free afternoon, let's just see what happens. And it took 2 days to make, trying to get all the bits sorted, trying to get all the colours right and everything else, and colour matching it all, and trying to reduce the colours down as much as possible without losing the full bold look. But when I made that, it was like, yeah, okay, I can do big colour designs now. Then he was like, yay!
Now he's going crazy with the designs.
Then all the doctors came out and all the things came out. And it's like, yeah. Then it just exploded even more. So then it was like, oh, can you get silver? Yeah, I can get silver. Oh, I can do side there. Yep, there we go. Okay. So there's lots of all the different ones come out. Different materials. If I tell him what materials I can get, now I'm doing direct print as well. He's gone off the deep end. all these characters have become very dynamic and very kind of shaded and gradients and all sorts of things. So I've got that many new ones coming out soon. So, and start with the Star Wars coming out recently. He's gone crazy. Got a new Darth Vader. It's great. But it's great. It's good for him as well because he sees a development in his style as well. Because his style of drawing has completely changed over the 6 years we've known each other.
So is it very collaborative? Are you like bouncing off at each other?
We have a list of like kind of ideas and designs we like. We want to do in characters, and then I tell him like kind of originally this is how I do the design, this is how we do it. This is it needs to be solid colour, need to be blocks, need to be thicker lines so I can do the cuts and get the cuts right. And we work around that way, and it just works. We just kind of have this conversation, and if I say, oh, that needs to be a little bit different, he takes it and does it like a designer would, and so it's very much a difference between a designer and an artist, because an artist doesn't take critiques, they work very well, whereas a designer will like, yeah, okay, I can change that. So you have that aspect to it, because I've worked with artists as well, and artists are very, very difficult to explain that I can't print this, why not? Why can't it be exact?
Right, yeah.
Because it can't be. It doesn't work like that.
So you're very open on your site about the struggles you have with depression and anxiety and how the bear community kind of saved you from that. How do you feel 10 years on, 10 years next year, right?
Yeah, 10 years next year for MoodyBear. Yeah. Well, this year. This year. Fuck. I'm still, to me, it's very much a constant battle for me. I had a relapse 2.5 years ago. So I went back into a very, very dark space, and everything else just kind of, but again, it kind of helped me. I had to get the work done, I had to keep going. It became that escape a lot, and it becomes that focus. It's not always a good thing, because my focus is completely, okay, I've got to get to MoodyBear, it's got to be done, it's got to be done, it's got to be done. And because I will forget to eat, I'll forget to do, I'll make sure that work is done first. But yeah, it's to me it's a very much a journey of it, and seeing how it develops and how it affects me, and how I've always said I want to be open about it and about my story, because it's the only way people are going to realise there's something out there, there are problems out there. And this last round I've been even more open about it, because it's a case of it's the only way I'm going to deal with it. It's the only way of actually acknowledging it and saying, yes, actually, this is a problem. I can't hide this. I can't hide the fact I can't move in the morning. I don't want to do this in the morning. I don't want to get up. I don't want to. I have the negative suicidal thoughts and all that. But thankfully, I'm in good therapy. I've got good medications, and that which I don't like taking, but I have to take. But that's part of mental health, unfortunately. But yeah, MoodyBear is a good reminder of the fact that, and the community are a good support of that. And I think they see, the reason I get a lot of community support is because they see that battle. And they see that they want to help, and they want to kind of be there. And in turn it helps them.
And you give a lot of love back.
I try.
When we visited Manchester, it's just, we feel the love coming from you back to us, and I think that's a good two-way street for you.
Yeah, I try. I want to make sure the fact that anyone realises the fact that everyone should feel accepted. Everyone should feel, regardless, everyone's going to have issues. No matter who you are in the world, you're going to have problems at any point in your life. And it just takes a little bit of understanding to say, okay, step back. What's going on? And just look at the situation from that and just think, okay, just give a bit of compassion, give a bit of sympathy, give a bit of that, just a bit more understanding. And it just works. And always open with a hug. To me, it's like that is one of the biggest things, and it's one of my biggest sales pitches. And every single event I always sell at, it's always a case of there's a free hug with every purchase. Asterisk, no purchase necessary for a free hug. And it's one of the reasons where one of the t-shirts, Hug Slut, hashtag Hug Slut, got coined at one of the prides, because I just got turned, someone just turned around and called me, "You're a Hug Slut, you are." I'm like, t-shirt, eh? Hashtag Hug Slut, and that became an instant seller, because it became that thing of, okay, you're making fun of this aspect of wonderful community loving and everything else, and it's great, because that actual closeness and connection, I think, is what's missing in a lot of things. And that people complain about communities and cliques and everything else about it, and it's like, you've got to understand that you've got to get through that. Understand the fact that beyond all that kind of facade that people put out there and this image that people put out that they're bigger and better, they're still just a human being that is probably shy and terrified as you are. And just give them a hug and it'll break them all down.
I wanted to go through the story of how we met.
Alright.
I know it was through Brian.
Yeah.
Because he told me about the site, and I was just trying to remember like what happened after that. I was trying to remember like I think we friended each other. And,
Yeah.
Like around the time I placed my first order, I think we friended each other.
Yes, it was. Yeah, because you were one of the first San Francisco orders. And I was like, oh my god, I got a San Francisco order. The Gay Mecca.
The Gay Mecca. Okay, good.
Stormtrooper was one of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Just doing Stormtrooper Bear was one of them, and so, blimey, I can't believe I remembered that. Oh my god! And I got very excited because you were one of my first San Francisco orders. So you're like between you and a guy named Matthew, and that was it. And that was wonderful. Kind of this. Oh my god, San Francisco! I made it! Yes.
Is dealing with customs really hard? I mean, do you?
There's ways around it. There's ways around it. When if you're shipping anything under from between people and any orders like that, I just send them as gifts. Because that way, it technically is a gift to me. It's I see it as that way. You don't want to be paying extra customs on stuff that you've just bought T-shirt wise. We're fortunate from the US to the UK, you can't do that. Everywhere shipping out of the UK, you can.
So do you see DJing as a hobby or is that work?
That's work. That started as a hobby as well, because it was a case of can you just DJ for me? I'm like, I've never really done DJing. I've done karaoke stuff, but I'll go. And now that's become a kind of an entity in its own right. Yeah, so that's now getting quite well known for my mixing. Unfortunately, I don't know if unfortunately, but that's fortunately I'm being well known for my mixing. It's a good thing. Remember, it's a good thing. It's fun. I enjoy it a lot. I lose myself in the music generally, and now I'm doing broadcasting it as well, which adds that extra element because you've got that. Even if the bar is dying down quietly, you think, well, there's still people listening, so I need to still keep my game up, which is what keeps me going for it. So I really enjoy it.
Awesome. In the UK, are you known more as MoodyBear, or is your DJing and karaoke stuff more what you're known for?
People generally know me as MoodyBear. MoodyBear is kind of transposed more as the DJ name, the host name, everything else. It kind of has been that entity. It's become my basically professional persona now. So people see me as MoodyBear, or the MoodyBear. Or as my daddy likes to say, the MoodyBear International. So, because apparently now I'm selling international, I've got to put the international label on. It's kind of frightening, that aspect that people know you from your brand and know you from your face, because I don't see what I'm doing as anything to kind of be famous for or anything like that. I do it because, especially with the community stuff, I'm like, because it needs doing. You need to be nice to people. You need to kind of be out there, but I don't want kind of someone to say, "Oh my God, it's MoodyBear." I'm like, no, I'm just me. Just here's a hug, there you go. But I've had the fangirl moments where people have just that was my first MAL that happened, because I was wearing one of my Hydra rugby tops that literally someone bought off my back that event. I was like, okay, right, fine. And there was a guy I met who he screamed when he met me, and I was like, this is over. Oh my, what is happening here? Oh, he literally, no. But yeah, that was the first instance when I realised, oh God, what have I become? But I never, people give me compliments with it and I'm always like, thank you very much, but my mental state never lets me take it at all. Because I even had a conversation with my therapist about kind of I have a big fear of becoming a narcissist and being this whole kind of thing that people look at and me thinking, oh yeah, I'm amazing, I'm fantastic. And even she turned around and she laughed in my face. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, oh, you've got no chance of being. He says, you've got too many, you won't let yourself be. I'm like, okay, that's a good thing then. Because I don't see myself as this kind of person. I don't see myself as a title holder or something like that. To me, I'm doing a job that needs to be done. I'm giving back to the community, I'm giving something. It's like I won't overcharge for t-shirts. I won't be stupid in my pricing. It's like even I've literally just changed the pound for a dollar sign. We're over here. I want to give value, I want to give product, I want to give something people enjoy, something that's not outlandishly out there, so people, it's not like a big dick on your but if you see it, you like, oh, yes. It's that kind of knowing, I know you got that, I know what that means type aspect.
Almost like a secret handshake.
Yes, and a lot of people wear them for Dress Down Fridays, for that fun element of kind of something different.
That's how I wear it. So if I don't want to get like too dressed up, but I want to still like represent kink, I'll throw one on and with my vest, and that's my look.
Yeah. A lot of people do that. It's one of the reasons why I started doing the kind of semi-kink designs with the bones and stuff like that, because it just brought that element to like, you don't want to get fully dressed up, but you still have something that represents.
So this is your second event?
Second event in the US, vending, and this is my fourth event attending. So yeah, second event vending, and it's a very interesting, hard work job to do.
So the reception was good at Claw last year?
The reception was amazing, Claw. I was overwhelmed with the reception. Apparently people have been wanting my stuff in the US for a long time. For a lot of people it was that, oh, we can't really afford shipping, or we can't really justify the shipping. And I'm like, well, we're here. So come and have a look.
They're giving back to the community like you gave to the community, and it's that full circle thing again.
Yeah, I think it's people try and say community's this, community's that, and I think that when it comes down to it, community's just basically looking out for each other, and people forget that. They try and say I'm going to be this forefront of the community, I'm going to be this kind of leader of the community. I'm like, no, just be who you are, and then that's being community. Support your local night. Go there every week. Go to your bar late every week. That's community. Not doing your kind of, here's my selfie at the moment in this gear that I'm wearing in this group. That's not community. Community is getting your ass out there and saying, I'm actually just going to have a drink. Come and talk to me. That's community. It's like when I did my nude photography. The first, the guy that took photos for me for Men in Their Bodies book, took them nude, and he plucked up the courage to ask me to say, would you model for me? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And he was absolutely gobsmacked, because I've always said I hate the way I look when I'm naked, and I don't want to ever see it in photo or anything like that. And he was absolutely amazed that he could get my kit off, and I said, because I understand the message you're trying to get out. I understand the fact that you're trying to say that no matter what your body shape, you are beautiful. And that's what his book's about. And I said, that's the reason why I'll do it, because I understand what you're trying to be a positive influence. And I said, you're not doing it about yourself, you're not making it about the model, you're making it about the community and the aspect of it. And I said, that's why I'll do it. So that if you made it about me or you made it about you, I wouldn't be doing it.
So what's next for MoodyBear?
Next for MoodyBear at the minute is basically continuing the expansion, building on the direct garment printing. Business-wise, this is I'm actually even employing somebody to actually help out, because the workload is getting massive now. Trying to build the brand in America, trying to kind of get into more events if we can do. I know they're looking at an Indiana Bear event later in the year, and just try and push it that way. Trying to kind of get the message out there as well. Kind of, I deliberately make sure the story is. And that's one of the things I'm going to produce is the MoodyBear story on postcard to go in the packs and everything else. Because I think it's something that nowadays, more than ever, with current climates and everything else, people need to understand it's not the end. It's not the be-all and end. There is a better life. There is a way out there. Just have to look for it a little bit. And you have to ask. You have to have the balls to ask. We might fall flat on our face again, but we've done that a couple of times. After the burglary 2 years ago, I completely lost all interest in everything. I spent 6 months in a complete slump of it all, and just thought, no, I can't. I struggled every day to do everything. But again, when I booked MAL, it was like, okay, this will be my jump back out. And this has helped. This has actually helped me massively, kind of get my head back into a good space. Getting back where I need to be and focusing on pushing MoodyBear forward for the 2020s, the next decade.
Well, that's a good sign then, that you're enjoying it in between the rough times you have to pick yourself up.
Yeah, there's been a lot of rough times. There's been a lot of issues, there's been a lot of problems. There's been the thefts, there's been the damage, there's been there's even been social sabotage and all sorts of things with kind of stuff, and it's like you try and you keep going, you just have to keep going and you can't give up. And it's that if I didn't have an army of people behind me supporting me, I would have given up a long time ago. And I have that, and I have, oh God, I've got people that love me out there, and I'm beginning to recognise that. Bastard. Oh, you got a teary question. I'm beginning to
my
realise.
Barbara Walters impression.
I'm beginning to realise there are people out there that do love and care about me a lot, and want the best for me, and I just want to make sure that I can do them proud and make the community proud and show the community there is hope out there for you and everybody else.
And you do make us proud, MoodyBear, just by being you. Okay, on that note, we'll wrap up the conversation. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you found this uplifting. And if you enjoyed this, hit the like button and subscribe. This is Mac, signing out for the MacPack.